The episode opens in the haunting quiet of the Borderland city. The once vibrant streets now echo with silence, broken only by the flicker of neon lights and the faint hum of wind through shattered glass. Arisu stands in the middle of an empty crosswalk, staring at the massive screen that once dictated their lives. The words flash again. Game 03, The King's Paradox. From the very first moment, the tension is back. Arisu knows this is no ordinary round. This isn't about running or fighting anymore, it's about outsmarting the Borderland itself. Beside him, Usagi clutches her injured arm, her eyes scanning the shadows for movement. Every corner, every echo feels like a trap. Chishiya, leaning against a wrecked car, smirks. A paradox game, huh? That means the rules will contradict themselves. And that's exactly where we'll find the truth. The camera cuts between their faces, Arisu's anxiety, Usagi's determination, Chishiya's cold intellect. The trio decides to move toward the Shibuya Tower, where the next clue is rumored to appear. The streets are littered with remnants of past players, burned cards, torn maps, broken hopes. As they move, a soft melody plays from somewhere above, eerie and nostalgic. It's a song that Arisu remembers from the real world, a reminder of the life that once was. He pauses, lost for a moment, his mind flashing back to Karub and Chota. Their laughter. Their sacrifice. The guilt still haunts him, but the Borderland gives no time for healing. Suddenly, a flare lights up the sky. The symbol of the new game, a glowing crown, burns across the horizon. And then, a voice echoes through the air. As the group reaches the tower, they find dozens of other survivors gathered there. Faces both familiar and new. Kuina, bruised but unbroken, greets them with a nod. Niragi lurks at the edge of the crowd, a cruel smile curling on his lips. The massive doors of the tower open on their own. Inside, the walls are lined with mirrors, endless reflections of the players, stretching into infinity. A holographic figure appears, the King of Diamonds, dressed in a white suit with eyes like glass. The rules are simple, he says with an unnerving calm. Each of you must tell one truth and one lie. If the majority believes your lie, you die. If the majority believes your truth, you live. But remember, the paradox hides within your choice. The players exchange nervous glances. It sounds simple, but in Borderland, simplicity always hides horror. Arisu steps forward first. He looks at the crowd, takes a deep breath, and says, "I never wanted to survive. And I forgive myself for their deaths." A silence follows. Every eye studies him, every heart judges him. The system scans the room, analyzing reactions. The words, "Truth detected," flash in red. Arisu exhales, alive. But then a shriek breaks out as another player collapses, her own lie detected. Her body turns to dust before their eyes. The room descends into chaos. Accusations. Paranoia. People shouting, begging, lying just to live another second. And through it all, the King of Diamonds just smiles. Chishiya observes quietly, his eyes calculating every move. Halfway through the game, the real twist hits. Usagi is chosen next. Her voice trembles slightly, but her eyes don't. "My father's death wasn't an accident," she says. "And I killed him." The crowd gasps. Arisu's breath catches. The system whirs, "Truth detected." The revelation tears through Arisu's mind. He knows she blames herself, but to hear it out loud, it shatters him. Before he can speak, Chishiya steps in, analyzing the meaning behind it. "She didn't mean literal murder," he mutters. "She's confessing her guilt." The paradox thrives on emotional truth. But then, something far darker happens. Niragi laughs, a harsh, echoing sound. He steps into the light, holding a device, a stolen controller from a previous game. You all forgot one thing, he grins. The system isn't just reading emotions. It's rewriting them. And with that, he triggers chaos. The mirrors begin to crack. The players' reflections twist into monstrous versions of themselves, screaming, accusing, turning on one another. Usagi collapses, her mind fracturing between guilt and illusion. Arisu grabs her hand, shouting her name, trying to pull her back from the hallucination. But it's Chishiya who finds the key, a small data port hidden behind one of the mirrors. If we can invert the paradox, he yells. We can reset the system. But in the middle of the storm, Arisu makes his decision. He pushes Chishiya toward the exit. You're the smartest of us. You'll find a way out. I started this, I'll end it. Usagi screams his name, begging him not to. But Arisu smiles faintly, that same quiet, broken smile he had when he first entered Borderland. He connects the wires, the lights flicker, and the countdown begins. The king's voice echoes one last time. To break the paradox, one must embrace both truth and lie. Are you ready, Arisu? He whispers. I am. The screen flashes white. A surge of energy ripples through the city. Every player sees flashes of their past, moments of pain, love, regret. And then, silence. When the dust settles, Usagi wakes up outside the tower. The king's crown lies shattered beside her. Chishiya stands nearby, battered but alive. But Arisu is gone. For a brief, aching moment, they believe he's dead. But then a faint voice crackles through the radio. Game over, for now. Days later, the survivors gather at the ruins of the tower. The Borderland sky glows crimson, hinting that the next stage is coming soon. Usagi stares at the broken crown, tears glinting in her eyes. He's still out there, she whispers. I can feel it. Chishiya, for once, doesn't argue. He simply nods. If anyone can outsmart the system itself, it's him. The camera pans over the devastated city. Fires burn in the distance. But there's life again, faint lights flickering from surviving players rebuilding makeshift camps. Niragi, half-burned but alive, limps away through the smoke, muttering. Let's see how long your hope lasts, Arisu. The episode closes with a haunting shot of the control room. A figure sitting in the shadows, watching the monitors. The screen zooms in on the reflection, it's Arisu. But his eyes are different. Cold. Distant. Almost like he's becoming part of the system itself. Cut to black. The words appear. Next game.